It seems like everywhere you turn these days, people are talking about AI.
Yeah,
It really does feel like it's taking over the world, right?
right.
I mean, you see it on social media, all those filters, and then you see headlines about how AI is going to change the future of work.
Uh-huh.
So today we're going to take a deep dive into all this, all the hype and the promises and the potential problems.
Sounds good.
We're looking at this source called the AI revolution: hype, breakthroughs, and ethical dilemmas.
Okay.
And we really want to figure out, is AI really revolutionary, or is this all just a bunch of overblown promises?
I think that's a good question to be asking right now.
Yeah, I mean, even just thinking about how much AI stuff is on TikTok,
Oh, absolutely.
like you can't scroll for 5 seconds without seeing something about AI.
Right, right.
So it's definitely a hot topic. And this source material digs into some really interesting stuff, including these big breakthroughs that are happening.
Yeah,
One thing they talk about is GPT-4.
right.
I mean, I know you know a lot about this, but can you explain it to our listeners? Like, what exactly is so groundbreaking about this GPT-4?
Well, it's not just about, writing grammatically correct sentences like some of the older AI.
Right.
It can actually understand the context of what you're asking it.
Wow.
It can generate different creative text formats like poems, codes, scripts, musical pieces, email, letters, etc.
Wait, it can write music?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And it can answer your questions in a really informative way, even if they're open-ended, challenging, or strange.
So it's not just like a chatbot giving canned responses.
No, no, it's much more advanced than that.
That's pretty incredible.
And like you were saying earlier, it can even write code.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really jumped out at me from the source.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
And maybe a little scary if you're, a software developer.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could definitely change the landscape of that industry.
For sure.
But I think, like with any new technology, there's going to be disruption, but also opportunity.
Right, right. And it's not just software development that AI is shaking up.
No, not at all.
This source also talks about AI in healthcare, which is kind of mind-blowing. Like
Yeah.
AI diagnosing diseases, assisting with surgeries. I mean, are we really at the point where algorithms are making life or death decisions?
It's definitely happening in some cases. Like
Ah,
they're using AI to analyze medical images and pick up on patterns that maybe a human doctor wouldn't even see.
oh, wow.
And it can help personalize treatment plans and even predict patient outcomes, which is amazing.
That's incredible, but I imagine there are some serious ethical concerns too.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're talking about entrusting machines with our health.
Right.
This source mentions the potential for job displacement, like if AI can diagnose illnesses, what happens to all the doctors and nurses?
That's a valid concern, and it's something a lot of experts are talking about. Some people think AI will mainly just help healthcare professionals, so they can focus on the more complex tasks.
Right.
But others are predicting that there will be significant job losses.
It's hard to know how it's all going to shake out.
It is, yeah,
And I think that uncertainty can be kind of unsettling for people.
for sure.
The other thing that I found really interesting in this source was all the anecdotes about AI, like kind of going rogue.
Oh, yeah, those are always a bit creepy.
They are. There's one story about a smart assistant that just starts laughing in the middle of the night
Oh, no.
for no reason.
That would freak me out.
Right. I mean, it's enough to make you want to unplug everything.
Yeah, I can see why people get spooked by those stories.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to get caught up in those narratives,
Mm-hmm.
but it's important to remember that AI, at least for now, is a tool.
Right.
It's a reflection of the data it's trained on and the goals we set for it.
Exactly.
So those anecdotes, as creepy as they are, I think they really highlight the importance of transparency and understanding how AI systems work.
I agree. We can't just blindly trust these systems. We need to understand them.
Absolutely. So I guess if we try to step back from all the hype and all the scary stories, what's the main takeaway here about AI?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that AI is here to stay.
It's not going away.
It's not going anywhere. It's a powerful technology, and it has the potential to completely revolutionize so many aspects of our lives.
Yeah,
But we can't just sit back and passively let it happen.
right.
We need to be informed, we need to be engaged, and we need to be involved in shaping how AI is developed and how it's used.
I think that's a really important point. It's not just something that's happening to us. We have a role to play in how this all unfolds.
Exactly.
And it seems like we're really just at the beginning of this whole AI revolution.
Yeah, we are.
There's so much that's still uncertain, and it's up to all of us to figure out how to navigate this new landscape.
I agree.
So I want to leave our listeners with something to talk about.
Okay.
As AI evolves, how do you see it impacting your own life? What excites you about it and what concerns you?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we all need to be thinking about as we head into this brave new world of artificial intelligence.
Absolutely.
A brave new world indeed.